Welcome to MBC News. I'm Dooza Dragonesh, your anchor, and our lovely news team consists of Mal Burns, writer and editorial Clarity. Sigmund Leominster is reported to be on holiday in the UK. This cannot be verified, and absence of a tan won't mean a thing. He is now being represented by a Lyndon Bear. This week has seen tragic events in Norway, and we can only send all our sympathy to that country and its people. BlackBerry is pruning its workforce in a move to reduce costs for the first time in 10 years. One person who seems to be jumping before being pushed is Ryan Bidden, the senior product manager for Playbook, who has apparently left to join Samsung. Now, according to Reuters, they said they obtained an email showing another jumper as Randy Vickers, head of US Computer Emergency Readiness Team, a response unit against cyber attacks against the US government. Reuters reports that there was no reason disclosed for the resignation, and Homeland Security would not be drawn to comment. There have, however, been some pretty public breaches recently, not to mention post-it notes under certain Mr. Obama. And Google have shut their labs. It looks like they're focusing on Google Plus and the settling of a number of other new acquisitions. As one door closes, another opens, with Google's Think Quarterly described as big ideas from heads of industry, leading experts and homegrown visionaries, all to help guide your own thinking. In our inaugural US issue, we focus on innovation. Where can you break molds and shape the future? We hope this gives you inspiration, insight, and some new ideas of your own. Of course, since when have we not had new ideas of our own? So have a look and see if your thinking is already bigger than you know, because you could be there earning a fortune. And now for these messages. And welcome back. It's over to Mal Burns, writer for TechSpot.
Well, thank you, Dooza. 3 items really this week. Jibe, the Unity 3D based web platform from Reaction Grid, got a bit of a boost this week. Something called Systemic has gone live, and it uses Jibe's world linking technology, which has now been dubbed Jyway, to begin collaboration sessions and presentations. Basically, it sounds as if this would be a portal that will connect all the Jibe-based web worlds together, a bit like a hypergrid for the web-based world system. In Second Life, mesh testing has begun rather seriously. 12 sandbox regions have been opened up on the main grid by Linden Lab, and you can actually join an in-world group called Mesh Volunteers, which will give you access to the regions. They're all named Mesh Sandbox number XXX. And the cautionary note from one blogger says, enter at your own risk. Now, how do you like the idea of a thinking computer? By that I mean a computer that can actually understand the meaning of a sentence written in English or whatever your language is. And one test is actually where the computer can analyze a set of instructions and actually distinguish a sort of unfamiliar task that it hasn't actually been trained to do. Researchers at MIT in America have been designing machine learning systems to do exactly that with very, very good results indeed, apparently. The interesting thing for us is that computer games, have been chosen as the test bed for artificial intelligence techniques simply because of the complexity. In other words, every action that you take in the game doesn't actually have a predetermined outcome because the game or your opponent can randomly react to it. So virtual worlds, look out, I suspect, because what starts in games often ends up here. And
well, hang on a minute.
Hanging on.
Yeah, I mean, to just talk about the morality of that.
Well, the morality of AI is one of those things that the future's going to have to concern itself about anyway.
Yeah, well, listen, you were talking about earlier about good and evil, good and bad, and how it gets rewarded, and that's how it learns. And
yeah.
This is about learning words, isn't it, as well? But so how can it will be learning that evil is good and good is bad, won't it, in certain games?
Well, presumably, if the game is constructed so that you get rewarded for doing bad things, as we will call them, yes, it will learn that it's got to do lots of bad things to get lots of points.
Yeah.
It's basically the subroutines that allow it to say, right, I achieved something there. Whatever I did there didn't achieve anything, so that's on the back burner. I'm not going to use that again. So it gradually learns to do more what it considers to be more and more positive things. And the more it does it, the more it finds things that aren't positive and puts them away.
That's just a boys' thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Boys' games. Exactly. Yep.
Okay, is that it, Mel?
I think so. Thank you, Duzo.
So we're now back to Eddie for public service announcements. Thank you.
Okay. Right, well, Miami Summer Fashion Week 2011, organised by Opium Fashion Agency and Outrageous Glamour Inc., came to a successful close at the weekend, ending with a show for Fine Smith Designs. The week-long event hosted 20 shows altogether, showcasing the designs of some of the biggest brands on the grid, including Sis, Trebo, Purple Moon, Giza, and many others. The response from fashionistas who went to watch the shows during the week couldn't have been better, so all in all, it is safe to say it was another successful crowd pleaser. The July round of the UA 3D Art Challenge judging stages are now open, of course, as well as the special prizes that are awarded from groups and organisations in Second Life. There is always the public vote, which is also a big part of the judging. If you would like to go and judge for the contest and choose your favourite art piece of the month, then you have until July 31st. For more information, you can contact JJ's in Fanway in World or get the information from uainsl.blogspot.com. In about 2 weeks here on the news, I shall read out the month's winners as always, so stay tuned for that. Last year, the popular TV show Styling Forward grabbed the interest of many people on the grid, and now we can announce it is coming back for another series here on Metaverse TV. The show is set to start on Wednesday, August 10th, 2011 at 3 p.m. SLT, and the auditions of contestants shall be taking place on August 3rd at 3 p.m. over at Boulevard Agency. If you would like to take part and give it a shot at being in the show, which shall run for about 9 weeks, then the theme to style 2 auditions is avant-garde. As we edge closer to the show launch, I'll give you more information here. Now, it's been a little while since the last public service announcement, so I thought it would be nice to do a little recap on what has happened since the last one. Centra Blackheart walked away with a ton of prizes after winning the Metaverse TV and SL Arctur show, Claim the Fame. She beat runner-up Maiden Oshimawa in the final. Jax Astor was also crowned the new Mr. Virtual World and will hold the title through the rest of 2011 until next summer. The 18 finalists battled it out in the final stages of the competition as it was broadcast live on Metaverse TV. You guessed it. You can see these 2 shows and more, as always, on the Metaverse TV homepage at www.metaversetv.com. Back to you, Dusa.
Well, really, we've just come to the end of our show, and so suffice to say, would you like to say good night, folks?
Good night, everybody.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or indeed good tomorrow, depending wherever and whenever you are.
He's done it again. He sounds sad and
Fades to black.
Fades to black, and yes, a bit of silence. Fades to black.
Okay, stay safe, everybody, from MBC News.
For you I was a flame. Love is a losing game. 5-story fire as you came. Love is a losing game. One I wish I'd never played. Oh, what a mess we made. Now the final frame. Love is a losing game. Played out by the band. Love is a losing hand. And it was more than I could stand. Love is a losing hand. Self-professed, profound, till the chips were down. Though you're a gambling man, love is a losing hand. Though I battle blind, love is a fatal resign. In the memories, they mar my mind. Love is a fatal resign. Oh, 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 futile, and laughed at by the gods. Now the final frame.